Hi, this is Brian with Regeekery Podcast, formerly General Geekery Podcast. Hopefully you listened to our first episode where we mentioned we have a YouTube channel. By God, we're going to use it. We did have a YouTube channel for Regeekery Podcast. We didn't use it much. In fact, I think one of the only videos that's up there is a video of JD shoving nail polish into a dinosaur. I'm not kidding about that. You really should check that out. It's pretty entertaining. I've shot a couple videos in the past, not high quality stuff. They were on how to take better pictures of your action figures. I'm a fairly decent photographer. Video, not my thing. I said, if I ever shoot another video, I'm not going to ad-lib it. I'm going to write a script. I didn't do that. I didn't learn from that. So, after a certain point, if I start screwing stuff up, I'm just going to correct myself, not going to start reshooting. If there was a blooper reel to this, man, it would be better. It would be the best blooper reel ever. You'd be peeing your pants. The figure that we're going to look at today, is a Transformer. This will be the only review on YouTube of a Transformer that does not have a shitty guitar riff intro. No shitty guitar riff intro on our channel ever. Anyway, the figure that we're going to look at today is made by Toyworld. The name of the figure is Grindrod, and it's supposed to be Rollbar, which was one of the throttle bots. If you're not familiar with the throttle bots, stop the video now, Google image them, and see what crappy toys they were originally. They look like they should have been Happy Meal toys. I think the only thing was they folded down and then they popped up. That was their transforming feature. So to compare those figures to what Toyworld is producing is like 1,000 times improvement. I recently got into the third-party Transformers because the G.I. Joe movie got pushed back, so all the toys got pulled from the store. Iron Man 3 toys hadn't started hitting yet. Can't find a Marvel Universe figure anywhere around here to save my life. And then about that time, the fall of Cybertron came out, and the figures to support the game. I am a huge slobbering fanboy of the Cybertronian stuff. Any Cybertronian war figures, pre-Earth stuff, any of that stuff, I love that stuff. So I bought a bunch of that stuff, which got me back into Transformers, looking for new Transformers to buy that I hadn't seen before. Oh, look at this. Let's see what the third-party guys are doing. And the biggest complaint with the third-party stuff is that it's expensive. Granted, the stuff is expensive. You have to remember that these companies do not have the resources that Takara and Hasbro do. So yeah, it's going to cost more per individual figure. However, when you get these figures in hand, you're going to see where that money went, because these are not the low quality figures that you're going to get from Hasbro at Walmart. So let's take a look at this figure. And like I said, low production quality. So shooting this on my iPad. If you get motion sick, now's the time to look away for a little bit while we move the iPad to look at the figure. Alright, there it is. So this is Grindrod, or Rollbar, whatever you want to call him. He's clearly based off a Jeep. I believe, I'm not positive, but I believe the original... That was my dog farting in the background, so enjoy that one. Like I said, low production value. Anyway, I believe the original Rollbar was like a World War II Willys kind of Jeep. I'm not positive about that, but this is obviously one of the newer Jeeps. Jeep Wrangler. I fell in love with this figure before I had bought it because I have a Jeep Wrangler myself. So I saw this and said, wow, Jeep Wrangler Transformer. That's awesome. Maybe I ought to get this. But then I looked at the price and thought, $70 is a lot to spend on one Transformer that's cool just because it looks like my Jeep. So I didn't get it at the time. I bought into the TFC's Devastator instead, which is amazing, by the way. And then once this figure was released, and after it was released, Toyworld announced that, oh, hey, by the way, did we mention it's part of a Gestalt? It's a combiner robot. I am a sucker for the Gestalt combiner robots. Devastator, Bruticus, Mensor, any of those guys. I love the combiner stuff. So then I thought, you know what? Compared to some of the other third-party guys, $70 is not a lot for a figure that's part of a Gestalt. In the Jeep mode, the sculpting is just amazing. You look at the door handles here, and those are the door handles that are currently on the Jeep. It has the hinges that look just like hinges on a Jeep Wrangler. The grille is perfect. It has windshield wiper blades. The sculpting on the back, it has where the back glass lifts up, the hinges for the back glass. It has the hinges for the swing away on the spare tire. It has an accurately sculpted back gate handle. It's just really nice. Transforming. Even you look at the bottom, there's not a lot of kibble, robot kibble, to detract from it being a Jeep in its alt mode. You even kind of look in there between the wheel and part of the robot, kind of looks like it's part of the shock absorbers of the Jeep. It's and some of the parts where it transforms. This is about where a hardtop on a Jeep comes off. The sculpting here, that's about where if you had a bikini top on your Jeep, that's about where that comes off. I mean, about the only seam in this that kind of stands out is on the hood. That is the only detracting seam from what would normally be in a Jeep Wrangler. So let's take a look at this thing in a robot mode real quick. And I say real quick, but it's going to take me a while to transform this. So pop back. Try and pop back the back wheels. The roof pops back, sort of. Oh, see, now he's being difficult. Alright, well, we'll do the legs first then. It's not a complicated transformation. The legs come out, the doors fold in to kind of create kneecaps. The grill is on a hinge. It just pops up. One of the things that I really like about this transformer is just about every part of this pegs into something. Most of the transformers that are out there, the parts just kind of sit where they are, or they just kind of swing in the breeze. But on this one, you can see the grill pegs into the leg. Do that on this leg here. Grill pegs into the leg. Okay. Now the back swings back. Swivel these around. Sorry. Like I said, low production value on the video. Sorry. You can see that those peg in together. Nice click. One of the things that I'm doing here is I'm using both hands to transform this figure, and I'm not doing that because it feels fragile and I'm worried I'm going to break something. I'm doing that because the joints on this are so tight. It's really nice to pick up a figure and transform it and not worry about the fact if it's going to just fall apart tomorrow, because this one isn't. So kind of have to see. And I played, like I said, I played with this thing a bunch of times before I shot the video, transformed it pretty quick. Now I'm actually shooting the video. It doesn't want to work. So pull up the arms. And again, I'm having to use two hands because the joints on these, it's not a crappy figure. It just has really good and tight joints on that. And that just leaves, see, I'm going to plug the back. This is about the only part that kind of is not the best part, because the roof just kind of sits up there. Head folds out. Doors the back windows kind of flare away. I mean, see, it's not a real complicated transformation. It's not a real complicated transformer. But the sculpting is really nice. It's a great figure. You pick it up, and you can see where that extra money went. The back tire, two little things. It's on two little parts that are on a hinge. Turns into a gun. He'll hold that there, and actually, he can actually hold that in his other hand too. Like I said, it's part of a gestalt. The second figure is out right now. I don't have it yet. It's in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store. It's the code name is Aurora. I don't remember. I think the figure that it's supposed to be is Searchlight, and the vehicle that they've sculpted the new figure off of is the Range Rover Evoque. It looks like a really nice figure. I can't wait to get it in hand. It's going to have to wait until I get back from my next deployment, which is in a couple of days here. So, again, those plug in. There's not like I said, not a lot to transform it, but it's, man, sometimes you just don't want that complicated transformation. Sometimes it's just a real solid figure. So, folds back, tire folds back in. Hood kind of comes, or the roof kind of comes down. And like I said, I'm having to use two hands on some of this, not because I'm worried about trying to be careful with it or trying to break it. It's just that the joints are that stiff, and I think that's great. I think that means, this thing's going to last a long time, no matter how many times I transform it, no matter, when I get the rest of the team and transform it into the Gestalt, no matter how many times I transform it, it's still going to be a fairly decent figure. So swing the door windows up, swing the grills down. You can hear it click back into place. All right. Folds back up, down in there. Folds back down in there. Hood's pegged together. And part of the problem I'm having is transforming it is just at this angle, the way I'm shooting the video. This is not an easy way to do this, so we'll see if we learn from our mistakes on this one. See, now I've got the roof in the too far back. There we go. Oh, see, we're going off camera there, sorry. So yeah, if you want to leave comments on how crappy this video is below, feel free, because I already know that.
we'll see if we can get something better for the next review. I'm shooting on an iPad, so instead of having somebody shoot it or having an actual video camera, so that's part of the problem as well. Let's see, now I got the arm in the wrong place. It's actually not that complicated to transform. Maybe I should call this review Retarded Transformations. Not because the figure is retarded, because I am. And it just really is hard to transform it from this angle too. Here, hang on a sec. We're gonna do this. Oh yeah, there we go. That's 1,000 times easier. Head folds back in. And like I said, once I start screwing stuff up and get past a certain point, I ain't stopping, I ain't reshooting. So, I could do it, make the video look better, but hey, you know what? Ain't gonna happen this time. Alright. So, all pegs in together like that. Pegs in together like, oh, sorry. Like that. And you can hear my dogs in the background because it's about time for them to eat. And they're getting fidgety. But they're going to have to wait. Man, I just having trouble doing this. See, and I've done this. Played with this thing like 50 times in preparation for this, and now I'm having trouble with it. There it goes. Alright. Wheel, the gun folds back up into the spare wheel. Folds, goes right on there. For the to transform it into the gestalt part, apparently this is going to be one of the legs. So we're going to transform it into the gestalt part. It doesn't come with any other accessories other than the tire gun. My understanding is all the attachment parts are going to be in the last figure. So there is the gestalt. You just have to fold up the grill onto the hood. I don't know how it's going to connect to the rest of the robot. I'm fairly interested to see how that's going to work, and you can hear my dogs getting fidgety again. But there you go. And then put it back in the Jeep mode. There you go. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the third-party stuff because it's expensive, and I just looked like a retard transforming this thing, but this is an amazing figure. I think it's really cool how Toyworld just, kind of out of the blue, after this figure was released, says, oh, by the way, it's a combiner. I think that's what got me sold. So, we're going to call that our first video review for Regeekery Podcast. And I'm going to go feed my dogs before they stop licking me, before they eat me. And listen for further episodes on iTunes. I believe we're on Stitcher. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And hopefully we'll have more videos on YouTube here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.